Hello friends, this is the fifth course on this series of graphical user interface animation using Matlab program for financial planning. In this course, we will discuss about the use of radio buttons during dynamic and animated chart. This for static chart we have already discussed in the last course, and we will be using Matlab programming. We will discuss two methods. One with a single figure with common panel for the axis with three different animated 3D bar charts appearing based on the selected radio button. And the second method is to have three figures appearing based on the selected radio buttons, and each figure has a specific animated bar chart. So this is the example that we have discussed, that this radio button A, B and C are there, and this is the common panel. So this page figure will have a common panel where the animated charts will be displayed based on the pressing of the radio button. So this is the particular figure. So single figure and three different radio buttons and one common panel for the chart. Single figure, then this is bank P now selected. Now bank C will be selected in the single figure. So the structure of the program will be like this, that the function, inside the function there will be different pages, and then each radio button will be assigned is a call function and the callback function where access will be defined, and before the loop function we will have to again define the access, and then inside the for loop we have to give the dynamic data. And because the same panel will be using different axes, so the access will be made global just before the callback function. So this is the Matlab function for the different radial buttons, three radio buttons, and then these radio buttons will have three different callbacks, and single panel will be defined in the same page for containing these different charts. So this is a Matlab program where, as I have discussed, that we have to make these variables global so that it can be used in the callback as well as the main function. So inside the callback we have find out all the three axes. We have to define three axes for the same panel in the same figure. Axes are again defined in just before the for loop, and then we have to have the for loop where we will have to define all these animated bar charts. This we have already discussed during our third course. So this is the bar 3 chart, then legend, and then limit of x limit, y limit for each cases we will find out. But there are various limitations for the method 1. First of all, the axes will have interference, so that is superposition of axes of x and y level and z level, and in between the transition stage there will be empty axis, and after the animation similar empty axis will be shown. So we cannot run the callback after the animation done. So these are the three limitations. Let me discuss in the figure itself how the limitation is appearing. You can see I have chosen bank A now, and this is the empty chart because this is quarter 3. So before quarter 4 there will be empty chart, and after quarter 4 only this chart will appear. You see, at quarter 4 this chart appears, but there are interferences or superposition of the x level, y level. Again, quarter 4 this is the empty chart, only quarter 5 this empty chart will be populated. The same thing, now the empty chart or empty axis is there. In quarter 6 only it will be populated. You can see the superposition of axes, superposition of the x level, y level. So this is the limitation of this method. In quarter 7, bank C will be appear, but in between that there is empty axis. Now after quarter 8, because we have the last quarter is quarter 8, nothing will appear even if you press the callback function, because the callback function doesn't have a figure or bar chart. It has only defined the axis. So these are the limitations. And to remove this limitation, now we'll have a method 2 where 3 figures for each animated chart will be defined. You can see for bank A, the figure is performance 5/7. The page figure will be visible when the radio, either the radio button is pressed or the performance 5/7 is pressed. So this is the chart will appear, and this is the animated chart, by the way. Similarly, when I press the bank B radio button, then this bank B performance will be added, and this performance 6/7, this particular figure will be having this panel. So the panel will be different for each figure. So either you press bank B or this page, then you will get this chart on performance of the bank B. For the next bank C petal will press, then you will get this bank C related cases, or you can also press the page of performance 7/7. So this is the structure of the program using method 2, that 3 separate pages will be created for 3 radio buttons, and the handles of the radio buttons have different names. So in the pages callback function, along with the pages visibility, we'll also have to define the radio buttons assignment. Based on the pressing, we'll get the same figure or radio button. Similarly, for radio button callback function also, along with the values of the radio button, we have to assign the pages. And for for loop, we have to populate the dynamic data. So this is the, and before the for loop, you can define the axis. So this is the radio button callback function. So 3 radio buttons are assigned their values. For radio button 1 will be equivalent to the 9th page. So this is the 9th page visible when radio button 1 is pressed, and background color of the handle of the 9th page will appear. Similarly, for method 2, the second radio button will have equivalent to 10th page. So either you press the second radio button or 10th page, it will be the same. And then 10th page will be visible when radio button 2 is pressed. So this is the program for that. And the background color of the 10th page, that is performance 6/7, that page will appear. Similarly, for radio button 3, the 11th page will be activated, and 11th page is visible when radio button 3 is pressed. The background color of the handle of the 11th page will change to a different color. So this is all about when you have radio button pressed. Similarly, when we'll press the pages, that is the performance 5/7, performance 6/7, performance 7/7, then the page, not only the 11th page will be visible. So this is an example for the 11th page, that is radio button 9, radio button 3. So they are interconnected. The radio button 3 and page 11 is interrelated. Similarly, 11th page and 9th page, and radio button 1, 10th page, and radio button 2 are selected. So we can have the callback function of the 8 pages and radio button 1 and 2. Now coming to the animated bar chart, we have to define the axis just before the for loop. So these are the different axes. So the first axis will be only on the panel of page 9, second will be in page 10, and third will be in page 11. So this is similar to our course 3 that we have discussed, that will have a bar 3 function, and X level, Y level and Z level will be defined for each and every pages or every panel, because the panels are now different. Similarly, X limb and Y limb and Z limb for each of these pages are not required to again define, it will be automatically taken. And you will see that there will be no interferences. So these are the 3 different charts in 3 different common panel defined, and for the 3 different banks. Now we have to give a pause command and a draw now so as to animate this. As you have discussed, button 1 is for page 9, button 2 is for page 10, button 3 is for page 11, and we have to define animation. Now this is just example that when button C is used, a particular page will happen, button B will be pressed, then another page will happen. So you can see now there is no interferences in the axis or X level, Y level and Z level. The transition is smooth. This is animated as and when quarter changes, the value of these performance changes. So either you press the figure button or radio button, the same page will happen. This is just an example where we have related the push button with radio button, and you may either require a push button or you may require a radio button, but here we have related the push button and radio button, and whenever you either press the radio button or push button, you will get these different pages or panels. And the third limitation that we have faced in the case of our method 1, now it is removed. For any support, please contact me, machinemonitoringgalaxy@gmail.com. We will be discussing different other animation in our other courses. Thank you very much.